Hello, my fellow noobs and newbies to the channel. You may have stumbled on this video if you're an aspiring mangaka like me, or you may want someone to draw with. If you followed me so far, I'm glad to see you back. And if you're new to this channel, welcome and tag along, because today we'll be discussing why I started my second week's phase of creature design with texture blocks. So let's dive right in. Okay, so first off, why am I drawing cylinders instead of creatures? Well, instead of drawing the creatures outright, I thought that it would be best to learn the texture of the fur surrounding an animal's body. Since I've gotten a basic understanding of animal anatomy since my last week's sketch, I thought that sketching and drawing the outline of its figure may be the next most important part to learn. So why not start with hair and fur? And if there's one thing that I've learned about learning how to draw, it's to start off small. Otherwise, if your goal is to paint Mona Lisa on your first time sketching, well, I got news. You may just be the only person in the world if you were successful. But in most cases, we'll just fall flat on our faces. And that's okay. Have you ever tried drawing individual hair follicles? Yeah, I did too. Until I learned that visually speaking, at least in manga form, mangakas don't even draw individual hair follicles. They draw the shape and the form that makes them. And some good examples of this will be some characters in the show Inuyasha. Inuyasha specifically, like his ears and his hair. I guess it's kind of like a combination of fur. And then the antagonist, he has like a big fur coat. I'm sorry, I don't really know his name. I haven't watched the show. I watched a few episodes, but not entirely. Don't judge me. And then there's also the Kyuubi in Naruto, as well as most recently, the creatures called Hirukos, or at least some of the Hirukos in Heavenly Delusion. So these are some really good examples of fur, and I've learned that all we need to do is really just draw the outline of it to make it appear that it's fur or fluff, rather. So if you're a noob like me and started drawing those hair follicles, press that exploding thumb icon and you'll see my thumb explode too. Just kidding. But go ahead and press that icon, and also let me know what methods you've tried drawing hair and fur. And why did I even start drawing fur in the first place? Get it? Fur first? Alright, moving on. Anyways, so fur is not only just used for creature design, but it's also used on clothing and apparel. So it kind of serves multiple purposes. I mean, haven't you seen some other characters, like main characters who wear fur jackets and stuff? So it's pretty good to know how to draw fur and knowing how to apply those in other areas. But for this purpose, or for this reason, I'm trying to look at both ends of that. And I'm playing with the idea of creating creatures as well. So that have a lot to do with my next phase of creating these kind of like templates or little blocks of fur. And I'm not sure, I want like a creature that has like a lot of, like a big mane or coat and maybe some like patches of fur. I'm not sure, but that's why I decided to start drawing these little fur cylinders, if you will. At the end of the day, my overall goal is to draw an awesome creature, and one of those creatures might just have a lot of fur, or may just have a patch of fur, or it could even be altered into a design for clothing for one of my characters, maybe an antagonist or a side character or something. But one of the things I have to keep reminding myself during this journey, and it's something that keeps on ringing in my head like a record player, but I have to remind myself that this drawing journey is not a sprint or a race, but it is a marathon. So I don't want to try and achieve that Mona Lisa at the very beginning, because I know I'm going to get burned out. So by just pacing myself and making it into a marathon, and just when I'm practicing, actually learning each stroke of how to make the fur, that is what's going to help me in the long run. And I hope that that is going to help you in the long run as well. So that is all I have for today's video. But if you like this content and you want to see more, please help me on my journey on becoming a mangaka by sharing this content with some of your friends and your relatives. It'd be greatly appreciated, and I'd love to share my journey as well as any tips that I'm learning along the way with anyone else. So until then, noobs and newbies, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.